What's going
Good
on,
Friday morning.
everybody? We here. We live.
Yeah,
It's Friday. Happy Friday,
I
everybody.
do.
We
Man,
made it through another one.
don't it feel funny though? Like when I started this, I I didn't have that thank God it's Friday feel. Like I couldn't wait to do this, and it's like the grind. The grind is getting to me. I'm ready for
Yeah.
Friday.
Yep.
I'm also ready for Mondays, but I'm dang sure ready for Friday.
Yeah. Gives you something to look forward to, whether it's just a couple days off or, time with the family or whatever. It's just nice, you know. We grind all week and then we get to have those. It's not always rest, but morning, Alex.
Yeah,
How you doing, buddy?
good to see you, Alex. Hey, I enjoyed your episode with Zach, man. That was it was different, but it was fun. I liked it.
Yeah. Yep.
I love working through goals, and it was good to see you get the light bulbs clicking in a few areas. And I'll tell you, that's one thing that me and Zach's talked about is sometimes it's stuff and it usually is for me. Good morning, Adam. Uh,
Morning.
but then hearing it from different people makes the light bulbs click every now and again. And for whatever reason, when Zach says it, I just don't freaking listen. I love Zach, and he's got a lot of good stuff. But he always tells me, "I told you that, EJ, 6 months ago." Okay, well, I'm sorry, I didn't listen. Heck, I tell
Yeah.
myself half the stuff. He says,
Yeah, goals are
"Guys, it's
tough,
Master
man.
Yoda." Yeah, let's not blow up Zach's head too much. Uh, that's all fun, man. Hey, we just glad you're getting something out of this, no matter who it is.
That's right.
I was thinking, TK, or Zach has been on 4 days this week. We
Yeah.
finally had to kick him off today and take our day. Uh, he's got that new intro. Good morning. And we don't have one. I don't know if we need to make one. Like,
I say the same thing every time I come on. What's going on, everybody?
what's going on, everybody?
Because I just
Uh,
want to know what's y'all tell us what's going on. What are you struggling with this week? What are you tell us your victories, tell us your failures. We all got them. So what's going on, everybody? Let's hear it.
what's going on?
Put your
Hey,
issues, victories, failures, questions, concerns, criticisms. We want to hear it. We want to hear it all.
tell it, tell it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk
Yep.
about it. Hey,
It's Freestyle Friday, man.
I love how you said that. What's your struggles? I was talking to my business coach. I had my monthly meeting with her Wednesday, and I was kind of talking about when we went to PSA. You know how they say, "Don't sit with your friends." I know
Yeah.
that's going to get harder and harder every year because we're going to make more and more friends. Morning, Rob. Thanks for joining us.
Morning.
Uh, so, what I like to do, and we do this and in person, I like to get to know somebody and then ask them, what kind of stuff are you struggling with in your business? Uh, I think it's not that I want to know that you're struggling too, but I do. Uh, and I also want to know, is there things I can help you with, or maybe we can chat about? But it's the real side of it, TK. That most people, when they say, "Hey, how you doing?" You're like, "Good, good, everything's good. Yep, we're winning." Uh, that's not real. Maybe it is for you. Maybe you're winning all the time, and it's always good. Uh, I've been through that stage, It was hard, but I was doing great. And this year's been a growing year, and we've had struggles, and I've enjoyed working through those struggles. But I love talking about it. It's something different with me this year.
Well, yeah, I agree. And I would say to the people that are going through that are on the mountaintop and everything's going great, um, that's a great time to prepare for the next valley. When you're on top and everything's going great, everything's going as it should. Oftentimes it's delusion. Oftentimes you think you're on a mountain peak, but you're about to fly down that mountain and hit a valley that you weren't even expecting. So foresight and forward thinking is so important as a business owner, as a person in general, but especially as business owners. You know, your next struggle, your next hardship, your next um learning experience is right around the corner. And if you get comfortable thinking, oh man, everything's gravy, you're not going to be ready when that next challenge comes your way. So, one thing that I try to do is be forward thinking in my business, looking at what's coming. If you're not preparing for the holidays and oven season and all that, you're not forward thinking. If you're not preparing for a possible slowdown in January and February and strategizing for that and to hit on what the fellas were talking about yesterday, if you're not preparing for um, even worse economic times in the future coming up, you're not forward thinking. So, I think for me, a lot of what I deal with is when everything's going gravy, pride creeps in, and I start to think, oh, look at what I'm doing, look at this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
And then God has an awesome way of showing me, hey, you're not there yet, bud. You better check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Uh, Gaspar, thank you, brother. Hey, we love you, and we appreciate
Love you,
you sharing
buddy.
your struggles too. He says he struggles with getting out of his own way. I know what I need to do. I just need to do it. Amen. Hey, you remember that episode we did, TK, where it was like, "What's your weakness?" And it was like everyone that somebody would share was like, "Oh yeah, me too. Oh yeah, me too." Like, dang on, I've just got a lot of weaknesses. I feel like that can happen today again.
Absolutely. Because we all got them and we all go through them. It don't matter who you are. You have struggles. You have weaknesses. You have strong points. The key is being able to recognize them, and either work on your weaknesses or find other people to bring into your circle that are going to strengthen you and help you in those weaknesses. Like one of my biggest weakness is paperwork and all the administrative part of the job. That's 1,000% my biggest weakness. That's why I don't do it.
Yeah,
Um, I'm not good at paperwork. I'm not good at keeping up with invoices and all those different things and scheduling and you know. But you know who really is good at it? Beth. Beth does it better than anybody I could ever dream of. So I'm more than happy to delegate those responsibilities, and focus on your strengths. What are your strengths? What are you good at? That's what you should be doing in your business. That's what you should be focusing on in your business.
yeah,
Not everybody's in a position to go out and hire someone, but you should at least be doing a self reflection and a self checklist to say, hey, these are the things that I'm really good at. So as I grow my business and as I move forward, I'm gonna find other people to fill those gaps and fill in where I suck at.
That's right. That's right. I like that. Yeah, there you go. Gas versus he hates the admin side too. Uh, he's got his boy Frankie though. He's gonna handle that stuff. Gasper, help is on the way. Um, to the first part of it, man, it's like getting people in your circle, whether they work for you or not. Probably better if they don't. In this case, that mastermind core that you got, the council, the wise council circle that you keep, right? Uh, to keep you checked, like we was talking about with Alex and Zach. Uh, I've got a core of brothers around me, and for some reason, when Zach says this stuff, I hear it, but I don't take it. Uh, but then you got to have somebody else, and then there's sometimes where it's like I absolutely hear what Zach's saying and take it, and it ain't nothing on Zach. He's very smart in these areas, but you got to find a group of people that can check you and
Everybody
take
needs
it.
a Zach in their life.
Everybody.
Everybody needs someone. You need someone in your circle of friends, acquaintances, associates, whatever, that is willing to keep you accountable. Um, I'm very thankful for the people that I have in my life that keep me accountable. And I try to be that person for others in my business. And a lot of times they don't like it. A lot of times it's tough.
Yeah. Amen. Amen. Love for Zach. Love for Zach. You can even borrow our Zach sometimes if you want it. We'll let you use him. Uh, I was going to say on that though about putting people around. We got some comments and we'll get to those in just a second. We've been doing that book study, and it's the John Maxwell 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. And the first one, I didn't really understand at first, but it's the law of the lid, like the lid you put over top of stuff. And it was each person has a lid of how high they can go in certain areas. And if your lid's here, you can only go here. But somebody else's lid might be up here, and then you can go higher or lower, right? So these areas of weaknesses that we have that limit our abilities, we need to bring people in that can rise us up, the rise the tide, right? And shoot, we got a bunch of comments in here, but that's what I like about building a team is putting people in the right places and empowering them to do what they do. And I've been doing a lot of that in the last 2 weeks with moving 5-star Mike to the office. He's saving my day. I'm breathing better. Uh, I think this is all working out. Question here: we got two people on this topic. Andrew, what's up, Andrew? Ain't seen you in a bit. Um, I struggle with how to responsibly pay myself as a young business, and that is a topic there. Gasper similarly says my first quarter goal of 2023 is to start taking a salary. Uh, Now we talked about this another day. I think it might have been offline, but I believe the tax law says a reasonable salary. So when I first started, I didn't pay myself anything. Um, I just kept it all in the business. But as you start taking a salary, what is a reasonable salary? My let's start by saying this. Talk to your CPA about that. I think Andrew's might actually be a CPA or she's a lawyer. Uh, but mine told me $500 a month was reasonable when I started. $1,000 a month might be reasonable. Some people go to 500 a week, and I'll tell you, it's kind of like that topic of raising your service charge. You know how people say just do it. and it works. You just pick what you want to pay yourself, a reasonable number, and just stick to it. It
Yeah.
it'll work. It
And I
works.
and I think something that I did and I've always done is 2 to 3 times a year. We try to do it every quarter, but it doesn't always happen. 2 to 3 times a year, me and my wife sit down and go over the budget, the house budget. Um, and if you don't know what you need to pay yourself, you don't have a very good starting point. Um, so 2 to 3 times a year, it's probably good to do it every quarter. Go over your budget. What do you need to pay yourself a month? What can you allow the business to pay for that you're not thinking of? These are questions you need to be asking your accountant. There's all types of things as business owners that you don't think about that the business can pay for, and it's perfectly legal. You're not doing anything shady or anything like that. So all those things need to be taken into consideration. But the big one is having a budget. What do I need? And one thing that helps me is because I'm a person that lives well below my means, which is I personally think that's a rare thing in this day and age. We all want the fancy car, we all want the big house, and we all want the keep up with the Joneses. I drive a 1996 Ford truck that I paid $4,500 for, um, that I'm sitting in right now, by the way. But live below your means if possible, which it is possible, and have that budget and know what you need to make. If you need to make $500 a week, pay yourself $600 a week. Pay yourself a little more than what you need. Um, when I first started out, those of you that know me, I have 5 children. So I have no choice but to live below my means when you got 5 kids. Um, but I have to make a certain amount of money. There's no, you know, I can't let my kids starve. I can't let my wife, you know, struggle to pay the bills. So and I can totally sympathize because it was hard at first, man. You're out there, you're grinding, you're running calls, you're making money, but it's like, am I making money? Am I, I'm barely getting by, and I was extremely fortunate, but I'd start with that budget because I'm starting off on a prattle. I would start with that personal budget, and then the next suggestion I would have, well, number one, talk to your CPA. Number two, make a personal budget. Number three, when you talk to your CPA, find out what other things you can incorporate into your business to take care of it. Um, and be creative. I'll say this. I've heard this from several CPA type people. Be creative. It's not cut and dry. A lot of this stuff is real loosey goosey, and you need to get loose with it.
Amen. Bob says he calculates all the hours he does different things and pays himself the same as he would pay an employee. That's good discipline there, Bob. Thank you.
That is good discipline. I'm
Uh,
salary.
and Bob's been doing this for quite a while, so you might want to listen. Uh, all right, we got Doug. Well, let's hit Doug next. I know you're dying to talk about this.
Oh Lord, that's a whole episode right there. How is the store going? This
You
store
want to
is
say
going.
good, good, everything's good, good.
No, the store is going good. Um, I am extremely thankful for my situation first and foremost. I've had a lot of people reach out to me via messenger and phone calls and texts asking about the store. It's going good. But for those of you considering opening a store, do your homework and make sure you got your make sure you have your house together. If it was not for the situation that I have, this store would have been an epic failure. We set a sales goal um, for September. Our first month was last month, September. We opened up. We set a sales goal for September, and we blew that goal out of the water. Um, Within our first month, we are able to pay the bills, pay the employees, pay everybody. Me and my partners are not drawing any money yet, but I don't think that should be expected for quite a bit. Um, I don't know how much numbers I should share on here, but my business, Richmond Appliance Guys, my service business dumped a lot of money into this store. Um, and we're not talking a couple $1,000s here. I would say conservatively, if you are looking to open a store, you should probably have about $100,000 ready to go. Um, to if you're a one man show and trying to open a store, just forget about it. Um, just stay doing service. If you don't have techs on the road that can float it until it gets going, just forget about it. It's not gonna work. Or maybe you have the secret sauce. I'm not trying to discourage anyone. I'm telling you from my experience. What I do love, let's go to the positives. What I do love is the fact that me and Austin are able to rotate weeks in and out um in and out of the store. So this week I'm in the store, he's on the road. Next week he's in the store, I'm on the road. Um I personally think that I don't personally think. I know that Austin is a way better technician than I am, but it's nice to break up the monotony. And my goal is to eventually be off the road full time. And I think that God is connecting the dots to make that happen sooner than later. Lord willing, and the creeks don't rise. But I don't want to talk about the store the whole time. If y'all have any other specific questions about the store, let me know.
Doug has a great question here for us, TK. I'll try to read it. I was recently asked by a longtime veteran of our industry. They asked him, "Why do you help the appliance community with your experiences, the things that work well, and your mistakes?" So now he's asking us, I guess, why are you guys so passionate about sharing nearly everything that you have learned and experienced with the public? I love that question.
I love that question too.
You want to go first or you want me?
You can go first.
One, I love you guys. Uh, that's why. Two, I struggled and people helped me. I feel like I owe it to them to help others. And so many people from different areas and different experience levels have helped me, and I have seen success in this. And it's in my heart to help others. That's why we do the appliance repair. I like helping others. Uh, I like fixing things. So if you have problems and you need help, I love helping. I love helping people that want to help themselves and that are trying. So we see that in some people, and we latch on. Uh, I enjoy it. That's why. And Doug, I love you, man. You're one of the big ones that's helped me.
Amen, brother. I will answer the question with a question, and it's only two words. Why not? Why not?
All right.
Why wouldn't I want to help other people? I mean, life, if you go through life not helping others and not sharing your experiences and not, I don't know, maybe it's, I think we're so fortunate and so blessed in this in this culture, in this society that we live in, um that that we almost get spoiled and we don't realize all the blessings we have and how fortunate we are. And if I take those things and the struggles and the failures are a blessing, people. The struggles, the hard times, the failures, you may not realize it right now, but they're a blessing. And I want to share my experiences. If I help one person that's struggling do better and make better decisions than I did, it's all worth it. And I know for a fact I have. I already know that's true. We get messages, me and the rest of the Alliance crew and other people throughout the community every week. Man, the Alliance community has helped my business so much. The morning grind has really made a change in my life. And we don't want the credit for it. We're not sitting here saying, "Oh, look at us. We're badass" or whatever. First of all glory to God for any of it. But at the end of the day, folks, why not? Why would I sit here and go through all these struggles and go through all the stuff and the failures and the successes and the headaches and the late nights and the early mornings and the different things we do? Why would I go through it and then not share my experiences to help another person? Um,
Hey, we're getting some amens here. We we in the good church. We in the Pentecostal. Amen. Uh, I'm just teasing. Good morning, Mike. Thanks for joining us. I'll tell you what, from what you're saying too, and JoJo hit on this. Uh, he said, "I never knew the industry was so big and how different and how the same things really are." And that's part of my why. Is I did this by myself, and I didn't really know that there was a lot of people in the industry when I started. And I found YouTube, and I started binge watching everybody's YouTube videos, uh, and I ran out of videos, and I didn't know what else to do. But then, right around that time, somebody said, "Hey, there's a Facebook group," and I got in there and found the Appliance Apprentice group, which is now the Alliance group. It and it is a great community. It's just people helping people, techs helping techs, owners helping owners. It's great. What's
and
up, Dirty
the
Bong?
thing that the thing that I love, Dirty Bong in the house.
Yay,
Yo,
yay.
yo, man, nothing makes me smile bigger than when I see Dirty Bong show up to a morning grind, boy. Um, love you, brother. The thing that I love is that it's contagious. Um, when you look at the Appliance Alliance group now, I mean, there is so many people on there helping. There's so many um just awesome community members day in and day out just like I'm not as involved in the comments as I used to be when it was the apprentice group. One, because I'm not nearly as smart as half of you guys when it comes to the tech stuff. But two, like I go to the post and the answer's already there. Why am I going to repeat it again? You know, if I see what's his name, is it Musarella?
Muscarella?
Muscarella. If I see he's already in there, there's no need for me to comment. He's already covered whatever needs to be said. If I see Dave Giro or any of the other awesome guys from the community in there, these guys are way better technicians than I am.
Yep.
And they nail it, and they give the help, and they give. Um, it's just a beautiful thing, man. It's absolutely beautiful, and it is the one thing. It is my absolute favorite part of Facebook. I don't get on Facebook anymore for you know keeping up with friends or any of that stuff. If you're my friend, I know what you're doing. You know my phone number. I know yours. The appliance and service community that's been created is the only reason I like getting on Facebook anymore. And occasionally post a libertarian meme or two, but that's neither here nor there.
I feel the same way about answering the questions. You guys know I'm not the best tech of the bunch. I'm not even in the discussion. Uh, I figure out how to get through some calls. But Mike Muscarella stole my thunder the other day. I was looking at Facebook and somebody asked about a commercial coin operated whirlpool washer, how to get it open, and I knew the answer. I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna tell him." And then I saw him like, "Take on it." He already said it, so I just liked the post. I was like, "Okay, I agree. He's got it."
Dude,
Or
that
people,
guy's a rock star, dude. I don't know the amount of help he gives in the community. I don't know how he gets any work done. I mean, every post I go to, Mike is in there helping and answering.
yeah.
Just a
Shout out to
freaking
Mike.
rock star. Dirty Bong, what you got to say?
Says he got Fridays off. It's a little easier to check in when he don't have his hands on something.
Hey, well, enjoy your Friday, man. Rip one for me, bud.
Miss Ward's in the house.
Hey, hey,
So steps to wealth. Hey, speaking
the
of YouTube
queen of
binging,
the queen of appliance repair. Solid steps
speaking
to
of
wealth.
binging YouTube, check out this channel here. That's gold.
Yeah,
She'll call you out too,
you
though. So ready. You better have your stuff together if you're gonna watch her.
yeah,
She'll call you out.
you think Zach's bad? Go get Miss Ward, and you're not gonna probably get Miss Ward in your inner circle, but if you want somebody to check your ass, Miss Ward's the one, cause she'll tell you like it is. She don't play no games. We need to get her back on. Miss Ward, let us know when you can come back. We should have invited her today. That would have been a good one.
Yes, absolutely. We got Fridays open anytime, Miss Ward. Uh, Alex says, just wait. I don't think y'all have seen nothing yet. Strength in numbers and it multiplies daily. Yes. I mean, we get, what, 40 new members a week? That's nuts. Uh,
Yeah, anywhere
we,
from 25 to 40 new members a week. And the thing about us to make, and I don't know how other people run their Facebook groups, but we do screen the people coming into our group. Um,
yeah,
we don't let just anybody join the group. You have to answer the questions. If you don't answer the questions, you're gonna get a reply why you got denied. Um, and it's not like you can just, we're not letting just anybody in. Now, I will say this: not everybody is a technician. We think it's important for other people from the industry to be a part. There's people from supply houses, there's trainers, there's all sorts of people from within the industry. But one of the questions when you join the group is, what part of the appliance repair industry are you in? Are you an owner? Are you a technician? Do you work at a supply house? Um, so yeah,
yeah. And we'll
watching
let,
one of Miss Wood's and recognize reorganize my truck. There
yeah,
you
see,
go.
Gasper knows he's a little too close to Miss Ward. She'll come over and jerk him up if she catches him slipping.
I
I
wish
think
I
he said,
was near. I think I might move to Florida one day and just work for Miss Ward.
all the real YouTube appliance celebrities live down there. Like all within an hour of each other.
Yeah,
What's
it's
up?
so true.
Like, I just need to move down there too. Uh, Miss Ward says topic suggestions: how to build partnerships that weather the storm. That's a good one.
Mm,
We're all in partnerships. That's a good one.
we are,
I like
and
it.
there's so and those partnerships are so important.
Mark it down for
Um,
next Friday, Miss Ward.
yeah, we need to get you on, Miss Ward. We'd love to have you on to discuss that. But touching on it just a little bit, partnerships are important. Everybody knows I love partnerships. But it's not just you. For something to be a partnership, they don't have to own part of your business.
Right.
You have a partnership with your supply house. You have a partnership with the warranty companies. You can have a partnership with the manufacturers if you choose to. You can have a partnership with local contractors and other service people within your area. And it's extremely important to make sure that every partnership that you are involved in is mutually beneficial. That's how they weather the storm. Iron sharpens iron, and if one part of the partnership is not getting treated right, it will typically cause animosity, strife, and division. And open communication is key. You cannot be that passive aggressive partner. That yes man. I want partners that make me better. I want partners that that call me on my crap. That say, "Hey man, you're messing up. That's not a good idea. We need to do it this way." Or here's a suggestion. Or hey man, this really isn't working out good for me. What if we did it like this? But man, partnerships and networking go hand in hand. We need to get Miss Ward on for that one.
Why don't we get Miss Ward on? I could send her the link. Miss Ward,
What
you want to
time
come on
is it?
8:30?
Okay, I got about 15 more minutes because I got to open the store at
You
9.
want to come on now? See. Uh,
Where'd you go, buddy? EJ done jumped ship. I'll pull one up.
I'm
Yeah,
here.
it's all about relation. It's all about
I like
relationships, Miss Ward.
reciprocating
Good.
too.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, what good is a partnership if both partners aren't benefiting from it? You know that that's not a partnership. That's just somebody leeching off of you.
Amen. I texted Miss Ward the link, so we'll let her in when she
We'll
gets
see
here.
what
Uh,
we'll see what happens.
yeah, the reciprocating relationships. I mean, I like what you're saying about all of the partnerships you get with other companies and other parts of your business too, right? Like I have my office help is answering my phones, and I love telling them they are part of my team. They don't work for me; they work with me. I happen to pay them, but uh, we work together, and any relationship should work good for both sides. Any
Yeah.
partnership should benefit everybody. Everybody should be pulling their own weight and getting the benefits of the team together.
Yep.
Uh, Saul says, TK, for your POS, does it have inventory adjustment, reorder points built into it?
Yeah. We use Clover cash register system, which it's so much more than a cash register. I mean, if you want to know about Clover, hit me up because that thing is amazing. It does inventory, it does our timesheets. I haven't even scraped the surface of what it does. It's freaking awesome. That's all I can say. Um,
All right,
and
all
it's
right. Here we go.
Here we go. There she is. Let's put her.
Put
There
her
we
front
go.
center. What's up, Miss Ward in the house?
Hey, what's going on, y'all?
How you doing,
Hey,
What's
ma'am?
up? Hey, man, I'm sitting with my great nephew. He out of control. Thank God my
Oh
mom's
yeah.
here. Yeah, man, I'm getting yeah, I'm getting ready to get back on the road because I'm in multiple states. So getting ready to get out of here today because we've been supporting the FEMA efforts with um Hurricane Ian because our Fort
Beautiful.
Myers coast was wiped out. But luckily, because Miss Ward is smart, I signed up for. I live in a disaster area, so I signed up for emergency support um, at the beginning of the year because I do a lot of government stuff because I'm always building my business and I'm always trying to have multiple streams going. So that was interesting. That's been interesting.
yeah.
Yeah, but
How's
getting to
your
those, go ahead.
I say, how's your part? Your part okay?
Oh yeah,
West
we
Palm Beach
good. You
your
know,
part.
we were blessed, man. I mean, we got like some rain, stuff like that, but of course we didn't get anything like them. So, you know, God bless them and their families and their situations. That's why you got to be careful how you move because you never know when it's going to be you, you know?
That's right. Yep. And here it can be here today and gone tomorrow, and that's awesome that y'all are able to help with that and continue to pray for everybody that was
Hmm.
affected by that because I couldn't even imagine.
Alex
I
says,
mean, dude,
adapt.
like I said, it's crazy.
Talk about on the fly. This is fantastic. Miss Ward, we are praying for you all down there in South Florida. Uh,
We
Alex is praying
appreciate
for
it, man.
Absolutely.
Well, hmm yeah. But
So,
getting
don't
back
forget
to the
to rate the blessing.
reciprocating, getting back
Yeah,
to the
let's talk
relationship
about that.
piece.
Let's talk
Yeah,
about
that's really, really important. Like, I want to send a shout out right now to Saul Flores, my regional rep here in South Florida with Marcone. I mean, this dude is so supportive. You see Saul all the time. Like, EJ, you came down, you saw him. He's just that guy. And he is always keeping an eye on where the industry's going. He has a lot of knowledge. I mean, and this is what I mean about relationships because he deals with so many accounts, he kind of can see how all of us, he services everybody and we are all different, but this is a guy that really supports you no matter where you are. I mean, I remember when I first started, people used to look at me crazy because I went to business different, and he was the guy that really accepted me and my thought process and the way I structure my business because I'm not the traditional appliance repair professional. But what it was is just coming to the table and working on my strengths and putting things in place to support my weak areas, and then being humble enough to just because someone might not move the same way I do on the business side, you know what I mean, being humble enough to sit down there and learn and stay, with me, I stay in the field. I mean, I could easily pull out and just sit home and direct the symphony. But what I've learned is I got to be hands on. I need to know the experience. A lot of times people get so far away from the experience, they forget how to manage people. They forget when they were a tech, they forget, the struggles. And if you don't stay in the field, I just don't really understand how people stay current. I mean, you can be current from a book and YouTube and training, but if you ain't out there under the heat lamps, I'm not saying everybody should be out there, but what I am saying is that they got to have the experience that their staff is going through if you're going to have staff, if you're going to have subs, you know and you got to have those relationships. It's so many things I see. I've watched a lot of I'm blessed enough to have what I call a round table, and those are my relationships that have made it um, easy for me. Easier. I ain't gonna say easy because you got to have work ethic and you got to be able to um, really build them. Like me and my roundtable, we just all went through a round of funding because one of my strong points is business credit and the financial end of the business. So you can support yourself through lean times and to fill those coffers. That's a relationship. So what I do is I always go through and whatever I see, I immediately get on the phone with my team and I get on the phone with the people that I work with in business from the one man shops to, and I say, look, here's a link. Get in now because they're funding, starting with a minimum of 10 G's, 20 G's, 30 G's. It's always who you know. Just had a guy text me this morning because, Mike Sneed had told me about how if you go to Mississippi, you can be a GC, a plumber, you can get your contractor's license just by passing the test. The guy texted me this morning and said, you know what, Miss Ward, you're right. I did it, you know, because I told him that a minute ago. But it's relationships, you know?
so, Miss Ward. The question came up
Hmm.
earlier in the episode. Why do you passionately help others in the industry? And we
Oh,
we
man.
love them. What's your reason?
Okay, now, first of all, y'all, both of y'all are real stout men of God. So, I'm a heathen. I'm going to keep it a buck. I don't help everybody. Now, in the
Exactly.
beginning, I in the beginning, I was very giving, and I was very, I would do free Zoom calls to help people set up their businesses properly so they could get funding down the road. Because one thing about the appliance repair, but that nobody really talks about, is how expensive it is to really set yourself up for long term. Because first you got to have money for all the mistakes you're gonna make, because that happens, and then the equipment you buy that you don't need but you think you need because you got stuck before you knew what you was doing. And like there's so many levels. So I give passionately to the people who have the drive that I can identify with. Now, if you come to me with the okie doke, I'm gonna call you out, and I might even step on your ass and keep going because y'all know I'm ruthless. But the reality is like, well, first of all, why you waste my time? Why you come to me with the okie doke when I'm the kind of person, if you tell me the truth, this is what I don't know what I'm doing. I know I might not be right, but I'm gonna be humble enough. I don't care how many times you drop kick my ass. I'm here to learn. Because I'm old school. That's how I learn. The reason why I've been able to pivot and move at the level and the speed I've been able to grow at is because, number one, I don't stop. I dropped out the womb and told people was telling me what I wasn't going to be, what I couldn't do, just because I'm round and brown, you know. But the point is, it made me stronger. Like the
I,
woman that made me who I am is passing by now, giving me the evil eye of my mama, you know. But she done
well,
Look,
gave
and
me
I
more
that
think
mamas in
again.
the house.
you hit something really good that needs to be said right there, Miss Ward, because being selective of who you sow into is not a bad thing.
Mhm.
Anybody can go on and watch Miss Ward's videos on YouTube. But if you want to get a face to face, if you want to get that royal treatment, she is selective and discerns. You know who else was selective when he picked who he sowed into? Jesus. Jesus was selective. He had his inner circle. He had his 12. He had those people that he chose.
Facts.
They were chosen, and he sowed into him. And he sowed into him because he knew that they would go out and they would sow into others. Someone that Miss Ward or EJ or someone else from the community is sowing into today is going to be the next sower. And they're going to sow into others. It's a domino effect. You affect this person's life and you sow into them because you know that it's not wasted time. If you spend time trying to um, sow into lives that you shouldn't be sowing into, it's not wise at all. You have to have discernment and you have to have the ability to know who is taking the stuff that you're giving them and going out there and using it and helping others and building their business and who's not. When we first started the apprentice group, I started a mentorship program, and I told every person that came to me for mentorship, I'm not going to babysit you. If you want my help, I'm here to help you. And I'm still here to help if they want my help. But at the end of the day, you have to use discernment when doing those things. You have to be selective about who you sow into. Morning. And who I think Jesus said he's not going to cast his pearls amongst the swine. Um,
Facts.
we ain't out here just, we ain't out here just doing doing this to do it. We're doing out this to sow into people that are gonna take it and run with it and do the stuff that's tough to do. Because anybody that tells you this stuff is easy and there's no struggles, they're just lying to you. You know?
Yeah, I like that part you mentioned too about Jesus picking the people that would also feed into others, and that's a big part of it. One, you got to want to help yourself. Like Dirty Bone was saying, if you can't take the evap cover off, then we don't need to help you. You don't want to help
Yeah.
yourself. But when you get the help, what do you do with it? Do you turn around and help the one behind you? And that was my answer, Miss Ward. Is people's helped me, so I feel obligated to turn around and help somebody. Now, you're right. You got to pick who, absolutely. And not everybody that listens to us is going to take any advice, and some of them's way smarter than us, probably most of them. But all I can do is help others. People's helped me. Turn around and help somebody. Feed into other people.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's the thing I ran into is because, I got so frustrated because I'm so passionate. I'm just one of those people. I'm extremely passionate about what I do and excellence just for myself. People think I'm hard on them. I'm 20 times hard on myself because I am very clear that I have a direct spiritual connection to God and that daily there are blessings, ideas, and things that are downloaded in my spirit that ain't always for me. It may be just for me to carry it and deliver it to somebody else for them to water it and make it grow. But the reality is that one people don't understand when you're coaching them is that you're pouring into them, but someone has to pour into you. And me, I'm constantly investing in my training, business wise, personally, professionally, because I understand, I started out as a one man shop. And because I have a background in managing technicians and all this type of stuff nationally and globally, my thing was to bring that to what I do. The things I ran into were things like the quality wasn't there because the one way I went to business, these guys haven't really been professionally trained, or if they have, there was such a desperate need for techs, they were allowed to do anything. So like the people I deal with understand that my expectation of excellence is high, but I'm also the kind of person that doesn't penny pinch. I pay them extremely well. They have all the parts at hand. I remember when I would send techs out and they would replace what they thought they needed to replace. You want to get me 30 hot. But it was a coaching opportunity. And me, I personally don't like people. I'm going to keep it a buck. So I'm very careful who I deal with because it ain't really I don't like people. It's just that some people just ain't cut from a similar cloth. And they just work your nerves by their very presence because they own the okie doke. And not only they own the okie doke, they still have to grow just like you going. Like me, I remember I used to be so social and friendly, and one of my coaching students said, "Miss Ward, I heard you say on one of your videos you used to be a doormat. That's hard to believe." I said, "How the hell you think I got rough and tough?" Because I got ran over, drugged through, because I was like a little, what do you call it? Puppy dog, love me, can I belong, can I belong? Then I realized, man, I'm wonderfully and perfectly made. You better get with the program. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. Amen.
So
Yep.
it just yeah, so we all have a journey and the relationship. That's why one thing about me on my channels, you always hear me shouting out Courtney and David from Daybreak, Courtney from Wilco Appliance Repair, Q from Empire, Brandon, and Richard, all these people that support me, Sneed, Darian Clark. I'm always giving them props, because at the end of the day, none of us get here by ourselves, but we got to learn how to take what we can from each experience and humbly respect what these people give. Just because they don't think and move the way I do, don't mean they're not worthy. But at the same time, what you have to understand, this I think is another thing. As you guys elevate in the game, there's some people that fall away. Some people just don't know how to let people go. That
Yep.
relationship was seasonal because they're not going at the same direction or same pace. And a lot of times their beliefs and how they move hold you back, even though you have reverence for them. Just because you know how many people we know we look at and be like, dang, this guy's the boom bomb. If I had what he had, I would be here. But then
Yep.
some people are so limited, they don't even understand how great they are. If people got out of their own way, man, and really believed in themselves and had that relationship they need to have. Like I was just doing something in my room. My mom's like, sometimes it look like you're cleaning your room. And then I said, Mom, it's a struggle because I realize I can't manage nothing from mess, like little stuff like that, but at the
Man,
end of the day, we all have our journey. Nobody's perfect. And you just can't be judging books by their cover. I mean, that's one of the things I get over with all the time. People judge me by the cover. They be like, "Oh, she don't know nothing." Shit, man, please, I'm a genius. Check, look it up, Mensa. you know, but it
they better
is what it
recognize.
is, man.
They better recognize. I tell you, I learned a lot from watching you on YouTube, and you see where we got you. We got you another subscriber here, Kelly from
Oh, thank
Kentucky.
you, Kentucky. Hey,
Yeah,
tell them I'm gonna be in Crest, Turkey. It's a place
Chris
called
Turkey.
Crestview, Florida, man. I gotta go to Kingsland, Georgia. I gotta go to Grovetown, Georgia, Ludowici, Georgia. Places you ain't never, man, I ain't heard of. Let's not even talk about Ada, Oklahoma, Lake Charles, Louisiana. I got a lot going on, bro.
All right, we
I got
got
this.
we got a question for you from
Uh-huh.
Saul. We'll listen to Saul. Miss Ward, for the young or new business owners, what do you suggest be their first investment? Tools, education, what is it?
To be honest, oh, this is a hard one because it's a split, really. The first thing they really need to understand is training and not train. I mean, when I say training, like they need to get the education as far as how to repair the appliance. And the reason I say that is because I think, like me, for instance, I came in, I lost 50 to 70,000 off the rip because I'm up here hiring technicians and I understand, have an overview, but I didn't understand. So I'm throwing parts at them. I'm believing the okie doke, and I didn't have anything to really understand. If they would go in and say work on a compressor, and I sit on the compressor and the dryer thinking I'm doing something, I didn't have the background to understand with an LG. You need to be looking at them doggone evaporators and condensers. Like, you need to be prepared. And you can't believe what people say, like when people not doing the proper leak down test and stuff like that, and compression or checking it with nitrogen to see if it's leaked. I like just the stuff like that. If you don't know, you'll find yourself, and it don't even have to be sealed systems. I mean, understanding how to read service manuals, that's important, because while what most people have to understand in business, you got to learn how to do everything at the same time. Like, you got to understand how to not only to manage the business, but say you start as a one-man shop. The first thing they want to do is they got to make sure they can repair an appliance. That's number one, because that's going to save you from issues with customers. They got to constantly work on their craft. Like when I started, if I ran into an issue, I'm somewhere to take me an hour, 2 hours, because I don't understand the flow. I thought that I plugged this in, it's supposed to work like that. That means I needed more training. So then I would go home and stay up to the wee hours and constantly train on that. But you got to understand where your points are. And then as they run into issues with invoices, billing customers, customer relationships, managing those things, they got to start adding those layers on and fixing those things, because you can't go out and pay $100 for a part, charge a customer $250 for the part and the labor, because you don't understand how to bill properly. But you can't bill properly if you're not confident in your ability to do the repair. Like, all this comes back to confidence. Like, I have guys call me and say, okay, I need to understand how to properly structure the invoice. Now, I'm going to tell you how much it should be, and I'm going to show you how to structure it. Now, can you stick your chest out and give this customer this price without something in the back of your mind saying, oh, son, I don't know if it's going to work, but I'm going to throw this at it. I mean, everything has a symptom and a link, and it goes back to you. That's why you have to be solid 360. You guys think I'm not scared when I expand and I hop on a plane to go to different states and this? I'm a female. You think I want to go on a plane, hop and go to the rental car company, get a rental car, and then I'm driving in the middle of Mississippi? Think I want to be in the middle of Mississippi burning? But right now, I mean, I have that whole state. Like, you cannot let fear get in your way. You got to understand where your weaknesses are and address them through training, and be humble enough, because it's people in your circle who got it down. You might not like them, but you can learn from them, but you got to be in tune with you.
Amen. That's
Yes, ma'am.
that's it. You gotta have that confidence, and whether you are confident or not, stick to your guns, own it, but get the confidence, get the education.
Yep.
With the education comes the
Yeah.
confidence.
EJ.
I'll tell you, when I started, I struggled to charge $50 for a completed repair. It was like, what do I owe you? I don't know. Like, I like to eat. You want to make dinner? $20, $50, and I had to get that education too. Other people had to tell me, you need to get paid for what you do, otherwise you can't help anybody.
I don't mean
I
to
got
interrupt, but I gotta hop off here, guys. I gotta open this store up.
oh
All right, Paula.
we got our mastermind meeting in 3 minutes, TK.
Yeah, I'm
Uh,
just FYI, let everybody know I'm gonna be late.
okay. Yeah,
Well,
they want
y'all
more of
have a
you.
wonderful weekend.
They want
All
more of
right,
you,
TK,
Miss
you
Ward.
know I love you, man.
Love y'all.
Uh,
Have a good one.
we, all right, see you, TK. Hey, we gotta go. Thanks so much for joining us.
Anytime, man.
You're a fan favorite here. Kelly's letting you in touch. Alex says he's in Grovetown area. Let's get lunch. Uh,
Oh,
hit up Alex Hand. He's a good one. Uh, let us know when you can come back on, okay? Offline.
all
And
right, man. Hey, if you guys want to do Friday, give me a regular slot. Just let me know, and I'll work around it, man. Because I always, you were the first guys I reached across the aisle to, and you guys welcomed me with open arms. I really appreciate it, and will never forget it, man.
absolutely, we got love for you. Next Friday, tune in for more of Miss Ward and the boys. All right, we'll see you.
All
Have
right,
a good
y'all. Take
weekend.
it light.